I am awake, I am alive, I am aware, I am conscious, I am loving, I am free. That's who we are all the time, and everything we're doing. Accepting that and acknowledging that is our true path. Accepting that we are the consciousness, we are the graciousness, we are the love, we are the truth, we are the divinity of all things. That is our true path. We are all that. Every single one of us is that consciousness of grace, is that consciousness of truth, is that consciousness of love, is God's divinity, is God's truth. It's who we are. Each and every one of us is that. We've come here to be that. We've come here to accept that. We've come here to know that. We've come here to fully accept our divinity and our truth and our peace and our love. And I want to talk today a little bit about that as the Kundalini Awakening within us. Because the Kundalini Awakening is part of our spiritual evolution. It's part of our spiritual path. It's part of who we are. It's our birthright. As the divine being of light on this earth plane, it is our birthright to be awakened to this Kundalini within our bodies. And we often don't use the word Kundalini. We've been using it more often lately because more people are becoming much more familiar with Kundalini and what it is and what it means, but it still turns a lot of people off because it's not a word that's used in their tradition or their culture, and they've been told that it's not good or it's not possible. Whatever they've been told, there are a lot of myths about Kundalini that just isn't true. So I'm speaking for the Kundalini today and saying this Kundalini energy is no different than the Christ consciousness energy. It's no different than the Holy Spirit. Whatever religion you are in, there are mystics in each and every religion that have found the truth of God within their beings. And however they expressed that, and whatever way they express that, there is an awakening of energy that happens within that being in order to find their Christ consciousness, their divine truth. In order for them to become the Buddha or the Christ, right? Or the yogi, in order for them to become, this awakening has happened within their being, has occurred within their being. So this awakening that occurs within us is our divine birthright. It rests within us, each and every one of us. It is a part of our being. So think of it like you have an unawakened gene within your being. A gene that has yet to be expressed, but you know it's inherent within you, and you know at some point it could be expressed or could not be expressed, whatever we choose. But you accept that because it's biology. The Kundalini is no different from that. It is the very truth of our consciousness and of our being. The Kundalini works within us inadvertently by allowing all of the systems of our body to work. But when the inner awakening of the Kundalini awakens and occurs, that's when our spiritual evolution happens. That's when our spiritual birth happens. That's when everything begins to become alive and awake within us. It is not something that cannot be had by each and every being. We all possess the Kundalini energy in our bodies, or we could not exist. It's the very essence of us. It's what makes us live. It's what makes us breathe. It's what makes us be who we are. So the Kundalini comes into the body when the body is formed, and she rests at the base of our spine, which is also called the Muladhara chakra. She rests at the base of our spine in 3.5 coil snake. That's how she's represented. But her head is down, she is asleep until she is awakened. In mundane reality, the Kundalini is asleep. When she is awakened, the Kundalini rises. The Kundalini purifies our body, purifies our system, purifies us to be one with divinity, so that we may reach our full state of oneness, our full state of truth, our full state of divinity. It is not separate from anyone or anything. I use the word Kundalini because that is the tradition that I was awakened in. But I also use the word Christ consciousness. I also use the word Holy Spirit. I also use the word God's grace, God's love, because it is all the same energy. It's all the same energy. So if you're in a Christian tradition and you're listening to this, use the words that are comfortable for you to use, but recognize that you are not different from me and I am not different from you. We are not separate from each other. We are one in each other's grace. We are one in each other's truth. We are one in each other's divinity. The Kundalini Shakti is the very aspect of ourselves that is God. See, she's the awakened aspect. The aspect that is energetically creating life on this earth plane. She's the active aspect of God, right? The mother aspect. The divine feminine aspect of God. That is the Kundalini energy. She is the divine mother energy. She is the consciousness of grace within us. Awakening within us. Feeling within us. Knowing within us. Becoming within us. The Kundalini energy is our very essence, and she is our very core. I just want you to see, each and every being, to see whether your Kundalini is active or she is yet to be active. She is there. She resides within you as you. She is not separate from you. She is a part of you. Each and every one of us has the right to have this energy awakened and active within us so that she may consciously bring us to the full state of divine union with our true selves. That is the aspect of the Kundalini. That is divine, perfect, loving, and free. Don't let the Kundalini be spoken of as less than who she is. You know, if you're watching this video, in your heart what the truth of your being is. You know what the truth of your essence is. You know what the truth of consciousness is. This is the truth of divinity. This is the truth of love. Shakti Kundalini Awakening. Bringing herself into full consciousness within our beings. Bringing herself into full truth within us as us. I want you to understand who you are. You are God's grace, you are God's love, you are God's truth, you are God's divinity. There are many words for this. It can be the female aspect, it can be the male aspect. There are so many different traditions, cultures, religions, belief systems. But I am you and you are me. Whatever we look like, whatever our skin color is, wherever we were born on this earth plane, whatever culture we were born into, whatever name we use for divine truth, we're all one. We are all one. We cannot be separate. God is love, love is God. If God is love and love is God, then that love spreads between every being and between everything. Sentient and insentient, we're all God. Everything is God. So replace that name with whatever works for you. Consciousness is love. Love is consciousness. She is the awakening of all things divine and free. She's allowing us to accept our power of divinity within our beings now. She is allowing us to accept our power of divinity within our beings now. You can embrace your religion without denying the power of God's grace within you. You can embrace your religion without denying the truth of consciousness within you. You can embrace your religion without letting go of who you truly are within your divine being. The only reason I use the word Kundalini is because that's the tradition that I awoke in. So it's the words that are comfortable for me. But as this energy comes through and speaks through me, this energy refers to itself as God's grace, God's love, God's truth, the power of consciousness, the power of truth, Christ consciousness, Holy Spirit. This energy does not put a name on itself. We have named this energy. And that's okay for us to have reference. But understand that it is the true energy of love. That's what this energy is the true energy of love. Those of us who are awakening this energy in others, it's our path, it's our truth, it's our divinity to see this through, to see this awakening occur. It's my path, it's my truth, it's my divinity to allow this energy to awaken in all those around me. So I have a passion about this energy. I have a passion about this awakening. I have a passion. I have a feeling. I want you to know your truth. I want you to know your divinity. I want you to know your love. I want you to awaken to the truth of who you are. Wherever you reside, whatever culture, whatever your skin color, your hair color, your eye color, whether you're male or female or somewhere in between, or above or below, doesn't matter. We are all one. We are all one love, one grace, one truth, one divinity. And my passion is to see each and every one of us awaken to this divine grace within our beings. I'm sorry if the word Kundalini is hard for some of you to get around, but please know that when I use the word Kundalini, it is the divine essence I am referring to. It is the truth within our own beings. It is the love that dwells within each and everything on this earth plane. It is God's grace. It is God's love. Something deeper within us that knows our truth, that becomes alive within us and seeks only for freedom and grace in all things free. I am alive, I am graceful, I am loving, I am divine. I am free by the awakening of this Kundalini by my guru at the time. I was awakened from darkness, from shame, from so much grief. I was awakened to a whole new beingness of me, and still being awakened to the whole new beingness of me every day. It's a great path of light, of awakening, of love, of truth, of divinity, and of peace. Take the ride. It's only going to take you deeper into your own truth. That's all we want. We want to go deeper into our own truth. That's what we are looking for. You allow this energy to gracefully be received within you, accepted within you, and known within you, only to go deeper into your own true self, your own true beingness, your own true life, your own true grace, God's grace within you, God's love within you. We are one, we are grace, we are divine, we are loving, we are free, we are ecstatic with this energy of grace arising within our beings. We are ecstatic with this energy of grace arising within our beings. Please know the truth of you, that you are one with me and I am one with you. And there is no separation between anyone or anything on this earth plane. Know that you are the grace of God's love, that you are the grace of God's truth, that you are the grace of God's divinity. And we all seek for that grace within our own beings. We all seek for that truth within our own beings. We all know the very heart of our soul, the very heart of our essence, that God's grace comes through us as the divinity of all things free. So I hope that clears some things up for anyone that may be confused about the Kundalini, what it truly is, right? What it's truly doing for us, how it's truly awakening within us and becoming us and receiving us, accepting us and allowing us to be everything that we are already. Grace, peace, truth, love, divinity, light, power, peace. Mosyoto kurushala karanaka.
Love is all you ever need.